Hello and welcome to the channel. I am here for another versus video for you guys. Now, this is actually one I've been thinking about for a while now. I thought this would actually be a pretty interesting debate. So for this video, we'll be actually comparing Slipknot and Demon Hunter. Now, I know this may seem a little off the wall for some people. Some people might think that these bands aren't even comparable. Like, how could I compare these two bands considering that Demon Hunter is a Christian metalcore band and Slipknot is a new metal band, you know? But if you actually look back at the early work from Demon Hunter, you can see that their early work is definitely Slipknot influenced. Even with Ryan Clark's previous band, Training for Utopia, I would say that that band is a little more Melodeath influenced than new metal influenced, but whenever Ryan Clark started Demon Hunter, that's I feel like the Slipknot influence really did show with his music more. So, yeah, with that being said, today we'll be comparing Slipknot with their self-titled debut versus Demon Hunter with their self-titled debut. Now, right off the bat, I do have to say that both these albums are great. They're both excellent albums. Highly recommend them. Now, like I said, some people might not agree that these albums are really comparable, or the bands are even comparable, but these albums, I've seen a little bit of comparisons for these two albums. But not too much, of course, because Demon Hunter, well, is not as popular as Slipknot, obviously, so you don't see these comparisons a lot, of course. But I have seen some here and there, with certain songs on both albums being compared and things like that. And I know that Demon Hunter is in a different subgenre than Slipknot, because Demon Hunter is metalcore. But I have seen some people say that Demon Hunter's debut is actually new metal. It could be. I mean, it's definitely new metal influenced, that's for sure, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you which one I do prefer, even though I think both albums are great. But I'm just going to have to say that I prefer Slipknot's debut. I mean, for obvious reasons. I mean, it's more groundbreaking. It has more songs that I go back to, and also this is one of my favorite Slipknot albums, and well, that is a little debatable for me because when it comes to my favorite album from Slipknot, I usually lean more towards either the debut album or Iowa. But either way, this album is within my top two favorite Slipknot albums. And I can't say that I feel the same way about Demon Hunter's debut. While I think it's a good album, it's not anywhere in my top three favorite Demon Hunter albums of all time, of course. But I still think it's a great album. Now, I do gotta give points to Demon Hunter for some things. Of course, I gotta give credit where credit is due. One thing I like about Demon Hunter's debut opposed to Slipknot's debut, I figured I'd mention that, is I do feel like it's a little more diverse than Slipknot's debut record. Mainly just due to the ballads. Now, Slipknot's debut really doesn't have any ballads. It does have some radio-friendly stuff in there, but not like full-on ballads like on Demon Hunter's debut. Like, on Demon Hunter's debut, you got My Throat is an Open Grave and The Gauntlet, which are ballads, and not the best ballads that Demon Hunter has done, but they're okay, I think. I feel like in Demon Hunter's in the early part of their career, their ballads just weren't the strongest. I mean, their ballads have definitely gotten better as, you know, the more recent material is concerned. But as far as the overall songs, I think Slipknot wins for me with this one. But I will go over some of the tracks I do like on both albums. Of course, with Demon Hunter, you got Screams of the Undead, I Have Seen Where It Grows, which I've seen this song get compared to Wait and Bleed from Slipknot's debut. I also really like Infected, Through the Black, and As We Wept is a pretty underrated Demon Hunter song. I figured I'd mention that. But you know, with Slipknot's debut, of course, you got Sick with parentheses. You also got Eyeless, which is another classic Slipknot song. Wait and Bleed, of course. Spit It Out, and a few others, of course. But I don't know. I just think Slipknot's debut wins for me with this one. Now, I think both these albums are great. Like I said, they're both very suitable debuts for both bands. But if you had to make me choose one of these albums, Slipknot's debut wins for me. And of course, it's a new metal classic, and you can't go wrong with it. So there you go, guys. That's my versus video for Slipknot's debut versus Demon Hunter's debut. I want to know which one that you prefer. Are you a fan of both albums? But if you had to choose one, which one would you prefer? Please let me know in the comments, and let me know your thoughts overall. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and take care.